In this video, I'll go through exam questions that cover the criteria convert between metric and imperial units of length, weight and capacity using a conversion factor and a conversion graph. You can locate the questions on the mathsmath.com website under Level 2. The questions come from different exam boards. We'll start with the non-calculated questions and then we'll move to the calculated questions. Here is the first one. Asher reads that the women's Olympic record for swimming 100 meters is 52.7 seconds. This means that the record holder swam at an average speed of 1.9 meters per second. A goldfish can swim at a speed of about 0.9 miles per hour. Did the Olympic record holder swim faster than a goldfish? Show how you decide. This conversion graph will help you. So we've got a kilometers to miles conversion graph and some space for the working out. So we've got the average speed for the record holder being 1.9 meters per second and the average speed for the goldfish being 0.9 miles per hour. In order for us to compare them both, we need to have them both given in the same unit. So either both meters per second or both in miles per hour. You could go either way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the meters per second into miles per hour, as we've got kilometers here, so it tells us that we need to convert kilometers to miles or miles to kilometers, so that might be easier to do. So 1.9 meters per second. To get the number of meters per minute, we need to multiply this by 60, because if they can do 1.9 meters in a second, in a minute they will do 60 times that. So what I'm going to do is 1.9 times 60. So 0 times 9 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0. Moving down, so I put a 0 first, 6 times 9 is 54, so 4 down and 5 carried over. 6 times 1 is 6, and the 5 is 11. So 1.9 has one decimal place. 60 has no decimal places because it's a whole number. So we're going to give the answer one decimal place. So going backwards, we put the decimal point after the 4. So 114 meters per minute. To get the number of meters per hour, I'll need to multiply 114 by 60 because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So 114 times 60. 0 times 4 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0, 0 times 1 again 0. Moving down, so we need to put a 0 first. 6 times 4 is 24, so 4 down and 2 carried over. 6 times 1 is 6, and the 2 is 8. 6 times 1 is 6. So we get 6,840 meters per hour. So we've got now the second part of the unit being the same. So what we need to focus on is converting the meters into miles. To do that, we need to convert them into kilometers first. So 6,840 meters. What is that equal to in kilometers? We know that in 1 kilometer there are 1,000 meters. So 6,840 meters will be about 7 kilometers. So more than 6. And that is 6.840 kilometers. So we place the decimal point after the 6. In other words, it's like dividing 6,840 by 1,000. So now we'll use the conversion graph to convert the kilometers into miles. So there we have kilometers, 6.84 kilometers. What is that equal 2 in miles. So the graph goes up to 1.5 kilometers. So if we work out what 1 kilometer is equal to in miles, then we can use that ratio to help us with the 6.84 kilometers. So 1 kilometer, that is about 0.6 miles. So we're going to use that. What about 6.84 kilometers? What's that equal to in miles? So to get from 1 to 6.84, we multiply by 6.84. So we'll do the same on the other side. So 6.84 times 0.6. 6 times 4 is 24, so 4 down, 2 carried over. 6 times 8 is 48, and the 2, that is 50, so 0 down, 5 carried over. 6 times 6 is 36, and the 5 is 41. So we're finished with the 6. We need to put 0 down. Then 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 8 is 0, 0 times 6 is 0. So 4, 0, 1, 4 there. We've got 2 decimal places in the first number, and we've got 1 decimal place in the second number. So that is 3 in total. So we're going to give our answer 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. 4.104. That's how many miles in 6.84 kilometers. Approximately, that is. Because we rounded off here. We could have been a bit more precise and used 0.62 in this case, but it gives us an idea, because what we're comparing this to is 0.9 miles per hour, and definitely what we got is higher than that. So this is 4.104, which tells us that the Olympic record holder swam faster than a goldfish. Hannah buys 2 gold necklaces. The first one costs £75.25 and weighs 0.2 ounces. The second one costs £65.50 and weighs 3.9 grams. She sees an advert online offering to buy jewellery. Cash for you. Post us your old gold jewellery. We pay £18 per gram of gold. If Hannah sends both necklaces to Cash for You, will she make a profit? Show your working. Use the conversion. 1 ounce is equal to 28 grams. The first one weighs 0.2 ounces. So that is 1/5 of an ounce. 1 ounce is 28 grams. So 0.2, what is that equal to? in grams. To get from 1 to 0.2, we multiply by 0.2, so we need to do the same on the other side. So multiplying by 0.2 is the same as working out a fifth. So it's the same as dividing by 5. So what I can do is 28 divided by 5. How many 5s fit into 28? That is 5, because 5 times 5 is 25, so we have 3 remaining. We've run out of digits, so we put a decimal point here and in the answer. So now we can add zeros because they make no difference. So how many 5s fit into 30? That is 6. Exactly 6. So 5.6 grams. That's how much the first necklace weighs. They pay £18 per gram, so if we multiply 5.6 by 18, should give us how much they would pay for the first necklace. So 8 times 6 is 48. 8 down, 4 carried over. 8 times 5 is 40, and therefore that is 44. Putting a 0 down, got 1 times 6 is 6, and 1 times 5 is 5. Adding these two, 8 and 0 is 8, 4 and 6 is 10, so 0 down, 1 carried over. 4 and 5 is 9, and the 1 is 10. The first number has 1 decimal place. Second number doesn't have any because it's a whole number. So we give the answer 1 decimal place, so that is 100.8. So in terms of money, that would be £100 and 80 pence. If you compare that with the £75 and 25 pence, you make a profit. Let's have a look at the second one. We've got 3.9 grams. And that is £18 per gram. So 8 times 9 is 72, so 2 down and 7 carried over. 8 times 3 is 24, and the 7, that is 31. Finished with the 8, so we put a 0 down. 1 times 9 is 9, 1 times 3 is 3. So we have 2 here. 1 and 9 is 10, 0 down, 1 carried over, 3 and 3 is 6, and the 1 is 7. First number has 1 decimal place, second number doesn't have any, so we give the answer 1 decimal place. So that is 70.2, which is £70 and 20 pence. So that costs £65 and 50 pence. And it can be sold for £70 and 20 pence, again making a profit. Now the question doesn't specify how much profit, it just asks will she make a profit, and we can say yes. And we've shown the working out for both of the necklaces. A driver sees the speed limit sign in France. The speed is in kilometers per hour. So 130 kilometers per hour. He is driving at 80 miles per hour. He thinks this is below the speed limit. Is it correct? Explain your answer showing your calculation. So 1 kilometer is 5/8 of a mile. So 1 kilometer is equal to 5/8 of a mile. What about 130 kilometers? So to get from 1 to 130, we multiply by 130. So we'll do the same on the other side. So 130 times 5/8. That is same as 130 ones. So I can multiply 130 by 5. 5 lots of 130. Five times 0 is 0. 5 times 3 is 15. So 5 down, 1 carried over. 5 times 1 is 5, and the 1 is 6. So that is 650 58ths. Can we simplify this further? We can divide both numbers by 2. So the top number will be 325. 8 divided by 2 will be 4. Can I divide by 2 again? So 325 divided by 2. How many 2's into 3? That is 1. We have 1 remaining. How many 2's into 12? That is 6. How many 2's into 5? That is 2. We have 1 remaining. So how many 2's now into 10? That is 5. So that is 162.5 divided by 2, because as a fraction we can't have that. So we need to divide 162 by 0.5 by 2 again to get the final answer. How many 2's into 16? That is 8. How many 2's into 2? That is 1. Transferring decimal point. How many 2's into 5? That is 2. And we have 1 remaining. How many 2's into 10? That is 5. So this is 81.25 miles. That's the speed limit. He's driving at 80 miles per hour, so that is below the speed limit. So we're going to say, is it correct? Yes. What is 6 gallons in litres to the nearest litre? So we have gallons, 6, so going up to the line. That is to the nearest litre. So we've got 25 and then 30, so this is between 25 and 30, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, so this is 27 litres. Jo has a baby. She calls the baby Ella. The graph can be used to convert between grams and ounces. At birth, Ella weighed 3.5 kilograms. Did Ella weigh more than 8 pounds? Use 1 pound equals 16 ounces. You must show your working. So we've got grams and ounces, and we've got the weight being given in kilograms. So 3.5 kilograms. That is 3,500 grams, because there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram, as you know. So 3,500, that is this point here. So going across to meet the line, so in between 120 and 130, there are 5 divisions, so that means we're going up in 2's, so this will be 124 ounces. So we need now to convert these into pounds. So in 1 pound there are 16 ounces. What about 124 ounces? How many pounds is that equal to? So we need to work out what we multiply 16 by to get to 124. In other words, we're going to divide 124 by 16. So 16 and 16, that gives us 32. 32 and 32 gives us 64. If we add 64 and 64, that gives us 128, which is higher than 124, so we've got to go a step back. So in 64 we have 2 and 2, that is 4 lots of 16. If we add another 2 lots of 16 to make 6, we get 4 and 2, which is 6, 6 and 3 is 9, so that is 96, and we fit one more, so that is 7 lots of 16. 6 and 6 is 12, 2 down and 1 carried over, 9 and 1 is 10, and the 1 is 11. So 112, that is 7 lots of 16. So what is remaining? 124, take away 112. 4 take away 2 gives us 2. 2 take away 1 is 1. 1 take away 1 is 0. So difference is 12. So now how many lots of 16 fit into 120? And we have the answer already. So it's 7 lots of 16, which is 112. So 120 take away 112 gives us 8. So we can continue with this. However, we've got 7.7 here, which is less than £8. So it's more than enough to answer the question. So did Ella weigh more than £8? We're going to say no. And we've shown the working out. Here are the birth weights of 7 other babies born on the same day as Ella. Joe's mum says Ella's weight of 3.5 kilograms is more than the average weight of the other 7 babies. Joe says it depends on which type of average you use. Show that Joe is correct. So we're comparing Ella's weight with the average weight of the other 7 babies. So that is 2.3, 2.5, 2.7, 3.6, 4, 4, 4. So average, it can be the mean that you use, it could be the median. These are the 2 typical ones used for averages. So we're going to use both. So for the mean, we're going to need to add 2.3. I'm going to pair them up. So if I pair this up with 2.7, it gives me 5. Now we've got 3 lots of 4, which is 12. We've got 2.5 and 3.6. 5 and 6, that is 11, so 1 down and 1 carried over. 2 and 3 is 5 and the 1 is 6, so 6.1. So we add in 6.1 plus 5 plus 12. 6 and 5 is 11, and the 2 is 13. So 3 down, 1 carried over, 1 and 1 is 2. So 23.1. 23.1 now, divide by how many there are, that's 7 numbers. So divide that by 7. How many 7 into 23? That is 3 of them, which is 21. So we carry over the 2, we transfer the decimal point to the answer. How many 7s into 21? That is exactly 3. So 3.3, that's the average weight of the other babies. So working out the mean, we've shown that Ella's weight is higher than that. Now, if we use the median, what happens? Are these in order? 2.3, 2.5, 2.7, 3.6, 4, 4, 4. So that helps us with the median. Which one is the middle number? That is this one here. So if I cross out both sides, I've got 3.6. So if I use the median, Ella's weight is lower than the average weight of the other 7 babies. So Joe is correct when he says it depends on what type of average you use. So we're going to say mean Ella 3.5 kilograms. That is higher than 3.3 kilograms. Median Ella, that is 3.5 kilograms, which is less than 3.6 kilograms. So we've shown that Joe is correct. Now we move into the calculator questions. Olga has this sketch of the paths in a park. She wants a cycle route that starts and ends at the entrance, goes through point C at least once, has a total length between 15 kilometers and 20 kilometers. 1 kilometer is equal to 0.6 miles. Plan a suitable route. Work out the total distance of the route. So it needs to start and end at the entrance, which is here. Goes through point C at least once and has a total length between 15 and 20 kilometers. But we've got the distance between the points in miles. So what we need to do is work out what that is equal to in miles, the 15 kilometers and the 20 kilometers. So if 1 kilometer is equal to 0.6 miles, what about 15 kilometers? To get from 1 to 15, we multiply it by 15, so we need to do the same on the other side. So 0.6 times 15 gives us 9. And 20 kilometers. To get from 1 to 20, we multiply it by 20, so we'll do the same on the other side. So 0.6 times 20 gives us 12. So we're looking for something in between 9 and 12 miles. So let's try going through F, A, B, C, D, and then back to the entrance. So we have quarter and a quarter of a mile, which is half and a half, that makes 1 mile. Then we have 4 and 2, which is 6, and 1, which is 7. So that is 8 miles. Now we've got a quarter here and a quarter, which is half, so 8 and a half. And then we've got 3/4 there as well. 3/4, that is half, and 0.25. So that is 10, 12, 2 down, 1 carried over, 9.25 miles. And that is in between 9 and 12 miles. So it's a possible route. So we'll say entrance, F, A, B, C, D, entrance. And the total distance was 9.25 miles. This graph can be used to convert between gallons and litres. Convert 60 litres to gallons. So litres, 60 that is about here. So between 10 and 15, so 11, 12, 13. So that's about 13 gallons. One day, Anaya used 44 liters of fuel. Mira used 8 gallons of fuel. Anaya used more fuel than Mira. Use the graph to work out how much more. Remember to give units with your answer. So 44 liters and 8 gallons. 44 liters, that will be here. Which goes across like this. So that's about 10 gallons. And we've got 8 gallons here. So difference is about 2 gallons. Or we could say 2, 4, 6, 8 liters. I'm going to write 8 liters. But whichever answer would be fine, as long as you include the units. Susie wants to make a dress. To make the dress, she needs a piece of fabric with a length of 2 3/4 yards. Fabric is sold in lengths measured in centimeters. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. 1 yard is equal to 36 inches. Work out the length of fabric in centimeters Susie needs to make the dress. You must show your working. So we'll convert from yards to inches and then into centimeters. So we've got 2 3/4, which is 2.75 yards. So 1 yard is equal to 36 inches. So what about 2.75 yards? To get from 1 to 2.75, we multiply by 2.75. So we'll do the same on the other side. So 36 times 2.75 gives us 99 inches. Now 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. What about 99 inches? To get from 1 to 99, we multiply by 99. So we'll do the same on the other side, which is 251.46 centimeters. Peter cycles around this route. She starts at A. When she reaches B, she has cycled 12.5 miles. So this route up to this point is equal to 12.5 miles. What is 12.5 miles in kilometers? Use this conversion. 1.6 kilometers is equal to 1 mile. So 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. What about 12.5 miles? So to get from 1 to 12.5, we multiply by 12.5. So we'll do the same on the other side. So 1.6 times 12.5 gives us 20. So that is 20 kilometers. Let's find some trial results about 2 types of potato, Kara and Desiree. Yield is the weight of potatoes that can be produced from one potato plant. A thief wants to plant the type of potato with the higher yield. He will grow 20 potato plants. Use the trial data to recommend which type of potato a thief should plant and estimate the expected total weight of potatoes in pounds that he will get. Use the conversion. 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. So we've got trial numbers, yield for the two types. We've got different weights for different trial numbers. So what we need to do is work out the mean, the average for each type. So for Kara, we'll add these and divide by 5. And for Desiree, we're going to add these and divide by 4. So using the calculator, 1.65 plus 1.42 plus 1.88 plus 1.73 plus 1.97 equals 8.65 divided by 5 gives us 1.73. Let's repeat the process for Desiree. 1.25 plus 1.42 plus 2.1 plus 1.76 gives us 6.53. Dividing that by 4 gives us 1.6325. Kara has a higher mean, so we'll stick with that, because the thief wants the plant with a high yield. So he will grow 20 potato plants, so what we're going to do is 20 times 1.73 which is 34.6. That is in kilograms, and we need to give the answer in pounds. So 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. What about 34.6 kilograms? So to get from 1 to 34.6, we multiply by 34.6. So we'll do the same on the other side. So 34.6 times 2.2 gives us 76.12. Type of potato, Kara. And the weight is 76.12 pounds. Bill sees a new car he likes. The car's fuel consumption is 16 kilometers per litre. Bill drives a total of 45 miles each day. Fuel costs 136.9 pence per litre. Work out the total cost of fuel Bill would use each day in this car. Give your answer in pounds and to the nearest penny. Use this conversion graph to help you. So, conversion graph converts kilometers to miles, or miles to kilometers. And here we have some space for working out, but I'm going to use this space here where the graph is, so I don't need to switch between the different pages. So if we start by converting 16 kilometers into miles, that can help us with the calculations, because we've got kilometers here and then miles. So 16 kilometers, where is that? So there is 10. So this must be 12, 14, 16 is here. So that is 10 miles. So that is 10 miles per litre. So 1 litre does 10 miles. 45 miles each day. How many litres are needed? So what do we multiply 10 by to get to 45? So it's the same as saying 45 divided by 10, which you should know is 4.5. So we'll do the same here. So 1 times 4.5 is 4.5 litres. So that is how many litres he will need each day. The cost is 136.9 pence per litre. So if we do 4.5 times 136.9, gives us 616.05. That is pence, because we input pence. We've got to give our answer in pounds to the nearest penny. So there are 100 pence in a pound, so if we divide this by 100, it will give us the cost in pounds. So that will be 6.16, because there is a 0 there. So £6.16 per day. Cameron wants to wash his car. He knows it takes 120 litres of water to wash a car in a car wash. Camel decides to hand wash his car. He fills up a 3-gallon bucket 6 times to wash his car. What percentage of 120 litres does Camel save? Use the conversion. 1 gallon is equal to 4.55 litres. So he fills up a 3-gallon bucket 6 times to wash his car. So 3 times 6, that is 18 gallons. 1 gallon is 4.55 litres. What about 18 gallons? To get from 1 to 18, we multiply by 18, so we do the same here. 4.55 times 18. Which is 81.9 litres. So that's how much water he's going to use. Question is, what percentage of 120 litres does Camel save? So we'll do 120, take away 81.9, which is 38.1. So that now, as a percentage of 120 litres, we work it out by doing 38.1 divided by 120. That is 0.3175. So to convert this into a percentage, we multiply by 100. So we get 31.75%. Judy is an apprentice plumber. she needs to work out the capacity of a water tank in gallons. The water tank is a cylinder with radius 0.7 meters and height 3 meters. Judy uses this graph to convert between liters and gallons. Work out the capacity of this water tank in gallons. Give your answer to the nearest gallon. You must show you're working. Got to use pi is equal to 3.14 and 1 cubic meter is equal to 1000 liters. So if I draw a sketch of the cylinder, it's going to look like this. We're given the radius, which is 0.7 meters, and the height is 3 meters. To work out the volume, we need to work out the area of the base first, which is a circle. So area is pi r squared. So pi, we're given here 3.14. And the radius is 0.7, so we'll need to square that. Zero 0.7 squared is 0.49, so we'll do 0.49 times 3.14, which is 1.5386. That is the area of the circle. Now we need to multiply it by 3, the height, to get the volume. Times 3 gives us 4.6158. That is cubic meters, because we input meters. Now, we're given that 1 cubic meter is equal to 1000 liters. What about 4.6158? Cubic meters. So to get from 1 to 4.6158, we multiply by 4.6158. So we'll do the same on the other side. So multiplying this by 1000 gives us 4,615.8 liters. We need the capacity in gallons. Let's have a look. I can see that 45 liters are equal to 10 gallons. What about 4,615.8 liters? What's that equal to in gallons? What do we multiply 45 by to get 4,615.8? So we're going to reverse that. 4,615.8 divided by 45 gives us 102.57. So we'll do that on the other side. So if I just multiply this by 10, gives me 1025 0.73 gallons. Abdul hires a skip for rubbish. The skip has a capacity of 4 cubic meters. A wheelie bin has a capacity of 250 liters. How many full wheelie bins will be needed to fill one skip? Use 1 cubic meter is equal to 1000 liters. Okay, so 1 cubic meter is equal to 1000 liters. What about 4 cubic meters? How many liters is that? To get from 1 to 4, we multiply by 4. So we'll do the same on the other side. 4 times 1000 gives us 4000 liters. So how many lots of 250 will fit into 4000? So we'll do 4000 divided by 250, which is 16. So that's how many full wheelie bins will be needed to fill one skip. 1 gallon is equal to 4.546 liters. 10 liters in gallons is approximately 0.45 gallons, 2.2 gallons, 45.5 gallons, or 22 gallons. So we've got the ratio 1 gallon being equal to 4.546 liters. What about 10 liters? So under liters, we put 10. What do we multiply 4.546 by to get to 10? So in other words, we're doing the inverse of that. So 10 divided by 4.546 gives us 2.1997, which we can round to 2.2. So we'll do the same on the other side. 1 times 2.2 gives us 2.2 gallons. And that is option B. A woman has a new fitness watch. She uses this formula to calculate her step length. Step length in feet is equal to a measured distance in feet divided by the number of steps taken. Her measured distance was 20 feet and the number of steps taken was 16. In her first week, she walks 67,118 steps. She wants to know how many kilometers she walked in the first week. 1 foot is equal to 0.000348 kilometers. What distance did she walk? Show your working. So we'll first work out the step length in feet by dividing the measured distance in feet by the number of steps taken. Measured distance, that is 20 feet, and steps taken 16. So 20 divided by 16, which is 1.25 feet. So that is the step length. She has done 67,118 steps. So if we multiply that by 1.25, should give us the whole distance in feet. So 1.25 times 67,118 gives us 83,897.5 feet. Now 1 foot is equal to 0.000348 kilometers. What about 83,897.5 feet? To get from 1 to this number, we multiply by the number itself, which is 83,897 897.5. So we'll do this here as well. So it gives us 25.571958 kilometers. And we can say 25.572 kilometers. Even if you didn't round the answer, it would be absolutely fine. Convert 5,000 grams into pounds. 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. $5,000 grams, that is 5 kilograms, because there are 1,000 grams in a kilogram. To get from 1 to 5, we multiply it by 5, so we'll do the same on the other side. So 2.2 times 5 gives us 11 pounds. Convert 17 pints into litres. 5 pints equal 2.84 litres. So what about 17 pints? So again, pints under pints and litres under litres. What do we multiply 5 by to get 17? So I'll do the inverse. 17 divided by 5, which is 3.4. So 5 times 3.4 gives us 17. So we'll do the same here. 3.4 times 2.84 gives us 9.656 litres. You have a rectangular field and need to cut the grass. You need to know how much fuel you'll use. You'll drive the tractor along the field and back as shown in the diagram. The tractor will cut a 2.5 meter wide strip of grass behind it. It will drive at a constant 5 miles per hour. The tractor uses 7 liters of fuel per hour. 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. How much fuel will the tractor use to cut the whole field of grass? Show your working out and write the answer in the box below. Okay, so the length of the field is 450 meters. The width is 240 meters. Each strip is 2.5 meters. So we're talking about a strip like this being 2.5 meters. So how many lots of 2.5 meters fit into 240? So we're going to do 240 divided by 2.5, which is 96. So we're looking at 96 widths. So 96 of these lines we're talking about. And each of these lines, or lengths, that is 450 meters. So we'll do 96 times 450. Which is 43,200. That is meters, because we input meters. We've got the speed given in miles per hour, so we need to convert the meters into miles. We've got the conversion rate, which is 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. So we need to first convert this into kilometers. There are 1,000 meters in a kilometer, so 43,200, we're going to divide that by 1,000 to get the number of kilometers, which is 43.2. What do we multiply 1.6 by to get 43.2? So we'll do 43.2 divided by 1.6, which is 27. So we'll multiply 1 by 27 to give us 27 miles. That's the distance. The tractor does 5 miles per hour. So what about 27 miles? How long will that take? So what do we multiply 5 by to get to 27? So 27 divided by 5 gives us 5.4. So that is 5.4 hours. The tractor uses 7 liters of fuel per hour. What about 5.4 hours? So 5.4 hours times 7 liters each hour gives us 37.8 liters. You are harvesting the corn. This is a plan of the field you have grown corn in. The mean weight of corn grown per acre is 3.75 tons. The selling price of corn is £179.40 per ton. 1 acre is 4,046.86 square meters. Work out the total value of the corn grown in the field. Show your working out and write the answer in the box below. So we've got the dimensions of the field. To work out how much corn will grow in it, we need to work out the area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this bit in here, and then we'll take away this area of the triangle. So to work out the area of the whole rectangle, I'm going to do length times width. So length times width, so that is 183 times 125, which is 22,875 square meters. Let's take away the area of the triangle. So it will be base times height divided by 2. So if this is the base, for example, what is that equal to? So we'll work it out by going 183, because this total length up to this point is equal to 183. Take away 140, so that leaves us with this one here. So 183 take away 140 gives us 43 meters, and here we'll do 125 take away 67, which is 58 meters. So we've got the dimensions now. So 58 meters and 43 meters. So we'll do 43 times 58 divided by 2. which is 1,247 square meters, which is the area of the triangle. So if I take it away from 22,875, it should give me the area of the field, which is this one here without the triangle. Which is 21,628. So we've got the area of the field in square meters. And we've got the weight of the corn grown per acre, 3.75 tons. And that means we've got to use this conversion rate. One acre is equal to 4,046.86 square meters. So what about 21,628 square meters? What's that equal to in acre? So to work out that multiplier there, I'm going to do 21,628 divided by 4,046.86, which is 5.34. I'm going to keep the number as it is there. So 1 times 5.34 gives us 5.34 acre. So we've got 3.75 tons of corn per acre. If I multiply that by 5.34 acre, it should give me the number of tons of corn. Which is 20.025. That's tons. Now, the selling price of corn is £179.40 per tonne. We've got 20.025 tonnes, so if we multiply that by 179.4 should give us the final answer. Which is 3,592 pounds and 49 pence. The graph can be used to convert between pounds and kilograms. Use the graph to convert 40 pounds to kilograms. Pounds, so that is 40. That's this point here between 15 and 20. So 16, 17, 18. So that would be 18 kilograms. Pete wants to hide the wires from his TV. Wires can be hidden in plastic trunking. Trunking can be cut to any length. Pete needs 3 pieces of trunking measuring 1.5 meters, 2.25 meters, 90 centimeters. Pete has 15 feet of trunking. Is this enough? Use 1 foot equals 12 inches. Use 1 inch equals 2.5 centimeters. So we need to convert from centimeters into inches and then into feet. But only 90 is in centimeters. The other two are in meters. So we know that in 1 meter there are 100 centimeters. So 1.5 meters, that will be 150 centimeters. 2.25. So 2, that is 200 centimeters. A quarter is 25. So 225 centimeters. So if I add 225 and 150 and 90, ,465 centimeters. So we've got the total length needed in centimeters. So we'll use this conversion factor here. So 1 inch is equal to 2.5 centimeters. What about 465 centimeters? What's that equal to in inches? So what do we multiply 2.5 by to get 465? So we'll do 465 divided by 2.5, which is 186. So we'll do the same on the other side. 1 times 186 gives us 186 inches. So we have the inches now, and we'll use the other conversion factor, which is 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. What about 186 inches? What's that equal to in feet? So what do we multiply 12 by to get 186? So 186 divided by 12 gives us 15.5. So we'll do the same here. Times 15.5. 1 times 15.5 gives us 15.5 feet. So he needs 15.5 feet in total, but he only has 15 feet of trunking. So is this enough? We're going to say no. And this is the end of the questions.